Hello dear students. Up to the 10th lecture we have completed the articles regarding horizontal circular motion and vertical circular motion. Today is the 11th lecture, rotational dynamics 11, and in this lecture, from this lecture we'll have to start remaining part, half part of the chapter, that is rotational motion. As long as the rotational motion is concerned, the article given in the book, the first article given is mi as an analogous quantity for mass m. mi, moment of inertia. Okay. Before starting directly, the article moment of inertia as an analogous quantity for mass, we should know what is moment of inertia of rotating body. What is its SI and CGS unit, dear student? What is the dimension of moment of inertia? And the last thing, on what factors does the moment of inertia depend? Okay. We'll learn at first the definition of moment of inertia. What is moment of inertia? For that purpose, I have drawn a simple diagram of rigid body that is shown on the board, and this body is rotating in anti-clockwise direction while axis of rotation is not shown in the figure, because I want to show the axis of rotation like this, perpendicular to the board inside, which is not able to show in the diagram. So we should quote that, remember that axis of rotation is perpendicular to the figure, perpendicular to the board, passing through point O like this, and around this axis the body is rotating with constant angular velocity omega. With constant angular velocity omega. That is most important thing. So, preparing a definition, before preparing a definition, consider a body rotating with constant angular velocity omega. This rigid body consists of n number of particles having masses m1, m2, m3, m4 ... mn. n number of particles are there, but I have shown only 4 particles to prepare our definition. Each particle having mass m1, m2, m3, m4, which are separated by a perpendicular distance r1, r2, r3, r4 from axis of rotation. This is the description of the diagram, and the body is rotating like this with constant angular velocity omega. Linear velocity of each particle that I have shown, exactly perpendicular arrow like this, perpendicular arrow to this line, perpendicular arrow to this line, perpendicular arrow to this line, and we get velocities v1, v2, v3, v4 of each particles. This is the description of the figure, and by making use of this figure we will have to prepare a definition of moment of inertia. What is moment of inertia? Moment of inertia of rotating body. In front of this, half sentence should come, must come, What is that sentence? About axis of rotation, moment of inertia of rotating body. Half sentence must come. That half sentence is about axis of rotation. See here, the formula is like this. Moment of inertia is denoted by capital I, and it is a sum. What is the sum? Sum of product of mass of each particle, and square of its perpendicular distance from axis of rotation. R1, R2, R3, R4 are the perpendicular distances from the axis of rotation. That particles are separated by a perpendicular distance R1, R2, R3, R4 ... Rn, like this. And by making use of that formula, we'll have to prepare a definition of MI, moment of inertia. That is important. What is that definition? MI of rotating body about axis of rotation is defined as it is a sum of product of mass of each particle and square of its perpendicular distance from axis of rotation. This is a definition. So in short, we can write like this: summation, this is a sign, summation symbol, summation mi ri, I starts from 1 to n, put I is equal to 1, we get m1 r1 square, plus put I is equal to 2, we get m2 r2 square, put I is equal to n, we get mn rn square. So general formula we got is capital I is equal to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus ... plus mn rn square. This is a general formula of moment of inertia having n number of particles which are separated from r1, r2, r3 ... rn from axis of rotation, like this. And by making use of this all, we'll have to prepare a definition of moment of inertia that I have already prepared it. Summation mi ri square, I starts from 1 to n. Moment of inertia of rotating body, write down half sentence compulsory in front of this, about axis of rotation is defined as it is a product of mass, it is a product of sum of product of mass of every particle and square of the perpendicular distance from axis of rotation. Definition is complete. Moment of inertia of rotating body is defined as sum of product of mass of each particle and square of its perpendicular distance from axis of rotation is called as moment of inertia of rotating body about axis of rotation. Many times I have repeated. I am repeating the definition of moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is denoted by capital I, mi ri square. Of course, SI unit will come, kilogram. Unit of mass is kilogram and unit of distance square is meter square. So SI unit of I is kilogram meter square. CGS unit of I is gram centimeter square. Of course, dimension of capital I. Dimension of capital I obviously will come m1 L square, no time, so T0. So dimension of I is equal to m1 L2 T0. And then only the one point is remaining: on what factors does the moment of inertia depend? The most important thing given in the book is moment of inertia depends upon individual masses m1, m2, m3, m4 ... mn, which are separated from r1, r2, r3 ... rn from the axis of rotation. So moment of inertia depends upon individual masses and distribution of that masses from the axis of rotation, how far the particles are from the axis of rotation. And another third thing is that what is the position of axis of rotation? What is the position of axis of rotation? Here position of axis of rotation is like this. This may be 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 like this. There are various positions we can show of axis of rotation. Position of axis of rotation is also most important part to suggest moment of inertia, and so that I am discussing about the factors and I am adding the additional factor, position of axis of rotation. So moment of inertia depends upon number 1, individual masses, number 2, distribution of all masses from axis of rotation, and number 3, position of axis of rotation. How the position of axis of rotation is, on that position moment of inertia is affected. So after learning the definition of moment of inertia, its SI and CGS unit, its dimension, and on what factors does the moment of inertia depend, then we'll start. The article given in the book is moment of inertia as an analogous quantity, similar. Analogous means similar nature. Analogous quantity for mass m. For that purpose, I have taken 3 formulae regarding translational inertia together with rotational inertia. I have taken 3 formulae. Write down that. Listen carefully at first. That 3 formulae. F is equal to ma, translational inertia. Tau is equal to I alpha, tau, torque. Torque is a type of force to produce rotational motion. This force is to produce translational motion. This is important thing. Tau is equal to I alpha. I, moment of inertia. Alpha, angular acceleration. A, linear acceleration. M, mass of the body. F is equal to ma. Tau is equal to I alpha. Kinetic energy of translational motion, we know it is 1/2 mv square. 1/2 mv square. What is kinetic energy of rotating body? That we want to derive after finishing this. Kinetic energy of rotating body is equal to 1/2 I omega square. Omega is a angular velocity of rotating body. During rotational motion, we get angular velocity. So Ke is equal to 1/2 I omega square. Linear momentum is a product of mass and velocity. Linear momentum, I have quoted it by P is equal to mv. Here what? Angular momentum capital L is equal to I omega. Okay. Observe that table carefully. Observe it. What we observe, what remark we get from the table, that is most important, dear student. Here, mass, capital I, mass m, capital I, mass m, capital I. So, in translational motion, greater the mass, larger will be the opposition to change the state of rest or state of uniform linear motion. Suppose loaded truck, the mass of truck is very high, larger, and it is at rest. We require larger force to change its state. And suppose that loaded truck is in motion, we require larger force to stop it. So it is very much difficult to change its state. So we can we can write the sentence: larger the mass or greater the mass, larger is the opposition to change the state of rest or state of uniform linear motion or translational motion. It clearly indicates that mass is a measure of translational inertia. Mass is a measure of translational inertia. That all things I have already written on the board. See here. In translational inertia, greater the mass, comma, larger will be the opposition to change the state of rest or state of uniform translational motion, implies that mass is a measure of translational inertia. The same case we can discuss regarding rotational inertia, dear student. Greater the moment of inertia, capital I, larger is the opposition to change the state of rest or state of uniform rotational motion. So instead of mass there, capital I arises. So the most important remark we get is capital I is a measure of rotational inertia. This is the second line we get in case of rotational inertia. And from these two descriptions, what remark we can able to write? That remark also I have written here. Moment of inertia in rotational motion, moment of inertia in rotational motion, motion is there, plays a similar role as mass in translational inertia. I will write here. Moment of inertia, okay, this word is clear. This word is clear, no any doubt. Moment of inertia, capital I, in rotational inertia plays a similar role as that of mass, small m, in translational inertia. In translational inertia, this is important remark. Or from this sentence we can write moment of inertia, capital I, as a analogous quantity for mass. That means the working of moment of inertia in rotational inertia and working of mass in translational inertia is similar. So capital I and small m are analogous physical quantities, are similar physical quantities. Rotational inertia so called as moment of inertia. In this way, how the small m plays very much important role, similar in moment of inertia in case of rotational inertia, that is easily explained by making use of this table. So this is all about the introductory part of rotational motion. After learning the introductory part, this part, what type of question is to be asked? That one question that I have already written on the board. Define moment of inertia of rotating body, state it SI and CGS unit, obtain the dimension of it. Number 2, on what factors does the moment of inertia depend? And the third question that I have written, the explanation of the third question I have written on this side, that is, explain how moment of inertia as a analogous quantity for mass in translational inertia. So after finishing this, we will again meet for the next lecture, that is rotational dynamics number 12. Till we will stop here.